Disclaimer. The following podcast is not sponsored by the WWE or AEW, nor is it a direct product of either company. The opinions, views, and thoughts discussed here are those solely of the participants and do not reflect the thoughts, views, or opinions of the WWE/AEW, its staff, talent, affiliates, or management. The following podcast is for mature audiences and is for entertainment purposes only. And welcome back to the Bevil podcast. I'm Evil. That's Beans. And together we are Bevil.
Evil.
Okay, so I realize that we are way behind schedule. Had some personal issues to deal with, but don't worry, we're back. We have a lot of things to catch up on, so give us a second here because this is going to be a long one. But we're going to try to get through it as best we can. I think it's only right to start off where we left off, which would be the fallout from Crown Jewel. Obviously, if you saw the pay-per-view, then you know who won or lost. I'm not going to go through all that because, like I said, we got a lot to get through today. What I am going to do is I'm going to ask old Beans over there what his final grade for the pay-per-view would be, given what he watched, what he observed, what he thought about it. If you guys have your own opinions, drop them down in the comments below. Let us know. Like I said, we have a lot to get through today. Beans, what do you think? Final grade for Crown Jewel.
Can I talk about from the start to finish and how the grades changed, or do you want me to just go straight in with the grade?
I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, let's put it, first of all, I think the best match was Hell in a Cell. You know, hands down for that. Hands up for that, whatever. You know, but that match was brilliant. It was fantastic. You know, I wouldn't so much give it an A star and an A plus. It would be a good B for me for that one. But to be honest with you, the more it progressed into the night, it just went all the way down. Can't lie. The Lesnar and Reigns match, or shall we say Raymond? You know, that match, it was a good match, I'll admit. It was really good until the ending was absolutely terrible. But in all fairness, I think the total grade I'd give it is... I don't even know. I'd give it a D, I reckon. D minus. Yeah, D minus. I think that's just me being genuine as well. And the nicest, I guess, the best way I could put it, I'd give it a D minus.
Yeah, I think it had a lot of potential. I think the match cards were pretty decent. Although, I mean, I think everybody knew what was going to happen between Brock and old Raymond over there. Roman. Now, I think everybody knew what was going to happen there, man. And you know what? I'm really getting tired of them, you know, booking and billing Roman Reigns as this super dominant champion who can't win without the help of his cousins, but then goes on, you know, week after week talking about how great he is, how dominant he is, or to quote Roman, I fought this person and I smashed him. No, you didn't. Your cousins helped you win. You're not a dominant champion. At this point, it's becoming a joke. It's old, it's tired. I really wish somebody would just fucking beat him already. I'm really getting tired of the whole tribal chief shit.
You know, sorry to cut in there. I don't see the point in what even that Heyman situation was even about, if I'm being honest. To me, it was just, once again, they fucked it up.
Well, you know, and then afterwards to suspend Brock Lesnar indefinitely. I Obviously, I think the feud's going to continue. We'll have to wait until this Friday to see what's going to happen, whether, Brock's going to be Brock and he's going to show up and they're going to, for whatever reason, reinstate him. But I don't know. Me personally, like I said, I'm getting a little bit tired of Roman holding on to the championship when it's like I said, for story purposes, he's not winning these matches on his own. So like I said, I don't know how you can call yourself a dominant champion when you're not a dominant champion. So there's that. I thought the Edge and Seth match was decent. I won't say it was spectacular, but it was decent. And can I say that as a whole, I've been really, really, really impressed with the women's matches lately, especially the matches with Bianca Belair. I think that she is. Oh man, if they give her what she deserves, I think she is a super believable women's champion. She's good on the mic. She is a really good in-ring talent too. Like, I've been very pleasantly surprised and happy with her performances as of late. I'm already getting tired of Becky. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised. Not surprised. I was happy to see her back. But like I said, what they've been doing with her recently, with this, try hard heel angle that they're going, I don't like it at all. I think it's campy. I think it's stupid, and it just doesn't suit her. But that's pretty much that. Overall, I'd have to give, if I have to give Crown Jewel a grade, I would give it a C. I thought it was okay. Definitely could have been better, but I think we all kind of knew that Goldberg was going to beat Bobby. Even though on the last episode I did say that I thought Bobby was going to win to possibly keep that feud going, but I think they were smart to kind of keep that one short, if that's what they're planning to do. So that's pretty much that. If I had to give Crown Jewel a grade, I'd give it a C. Moving on from that, so like I said, if you saw Crown Jewel, then you can make your own assumptions, your own predictions. Assumptions, my bad. Your own, your own. What's the word I'm looking for? Beans.
Impacts. Your own. I'm just as bad at words. Don't look at me like that. Well, your own.
You can come to your own conclusions. There you go. That's what I meant to say. But anyway,
your own take.
Yeah, you can give your own take. So now, if we fast forward a little bit, like I said, forgive us, we are a little bit behind. There's way too much to try to catch up on and squeeze into this episode. So I'm going to move on to last night. I thought that Raw was actually very, very decent. I think they did very well. And like I said, I'm 100% impressed with Bianca Belair and the matches that she's been putting on with Becky and Charlotte, and Sasha. Whoever she's gone against, she's been very, very believable. And I would really like to see her hold that belt again. The match of the night was the Fatal 4-Way ladder match between Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Rey Mysterio, and Seth Rollins. All of them competing for an opportunity at Big E's WWE Championship. Um, Now, the fact of the matter that Seth Rollins has focused his attention elsewhere from Edge gives me the assumption that they are done, at least for the meantime, with the whole Edge and Seth angle. They've moved on from it now. Seth is focusing on Big E. He's trying to go for another title run. He did end up winning last night, which, again, I really don't want to see Seth as champion. Just because, like I said, I think it would be super cringy. And to be honest, I think he's already super cringy at the moment. But then when you throw guys like Ray and Finn into the mix, I think it would be fair to say guys like Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy, especially. Now, I know Jeff Hardy wasn't in the match, but I think these guys are, they're looking for that one last title run. They're looking for that one last hurrah. Respectfully, these guys have been in the business a long time,
Right.
And unfortunately, they keep having Ray get beat. They keep having Jeff get beat. I got kind of excited to see Rey Mysterio in a title match, thinking, you know what, I wouldn't be mad to see Ray hold the belt one more time. I don't know what they would do for the angle, but I definitely wouldn't be mad to see him hold the belt one more time. Dead space. Not good. I blew his mind. He was like, huh?
So, none of you are aware, I actually missed Raw last night. So, obviously, I could only somewhat agree on what he was saying, There's another person I think that they need to push. But I can't actually remember if they're on Raw SmackDown, and my mind's gone a bit there. Ricochet. I wouldn't necessarily say he's ready for the big, top. But I think he deserves a belt at least. 100%.
If I could see Ricochet being a champion of any sort at the moment, I would either put I would either put the United States Championship or the Intercontinental. I don't see him, at least not right now, as being a Universal Champion or WWE Champion. That is not at all to say that he is not a worthy in-ring talent. The guy is fucking amazing. He's got talent falling out of his ass, and I think he's definitely another one who deserves a push and is just not getting one. So that's sad to see, but as long as go ahead.
No, sorry, go
on. All I was gonna say is as long as you have guys like Roman and Big E and Seth, those real top face guys, guys like Ricochet, Damian Priest, who is United States champion. Who else? Dolph Ziggler, who I've already said needs to have more of a, I think he should have more of a push. The guy is an absolute great in-ring talent. He's good on a mic too. As long as you have guys like that, you're never gonna see these guys hold the title. Um, and like I said, I think they have a real problem right now with keeping the belt on guys way too long.
Right. You know, this is another thing as well. Like through the men's division, the tag team, and the tag team's men's division. There's not a lot. There really isn't a lot. I think like there. Look, so Viking Raiders disappeared for a very long time, right? And then they came back. I think they've had one match within the last what? I'm gonna narrow it down as much as I can. The last 5-6 months, I think they've had one match. Obviously, I know when Raw goes live, I believe they do matches maybe off air or after, which is completely understandable. But like, they need to. I think they need to work on the men's tag team a lot, without a doubt, because you don't see enough of it. All you see is bloody AJ Styles, Omos, and RK Bro. That's all we're seeing at the moment.
No, I mean because you can't leave out the Usos and
Well, yeah, no, that. But I mean, in general, like there's not a lot of men's tag team anymore.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Or we don't see enough of it.
Right. I mean, it's like I said with the whole Usos and Roman Reigns thing. I think that once Roman loses his title or the Usos lose their titles, it's going to fall apart from within. They're going to have some fallout between all three of them, which is where I hope that they go with it, but you never know with WWE. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. And real quick, I don't want to get too off topic, but this is we now I realize that this is a WWE and AEW podcast, and I know that we haven't really touched much on AEW, and I want to let you all know why. The reason why I haven't said much, me personally, I haven't said much about AEW, is because, as I've said before, they are a solid show. I have come to expect from them nothing but great things, because that's what they've been able. Excuse me. That's what they've been able to deliver. So I can't say that I'm not glued to AEW, but I guess I'm more invested right now in WWE because, as I've said before, I want to see if they can match that energy. And I think recently, just slowly but surely, WWE has gotten a little bit of their edge back. But I think right now I'm just a little bit more invested in WWE because, for so long we've been constantly disappointed. We've been, it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what WWE does. It seems like no one is ever satisfied. They can put on a hell of a show. They can put on an absolute shit show. And there's always someone bitching and complaining. That's to be expected. But I really want to see WWE get back to that former glory, like when they were the top of the mountain. And I think I'm waiting for that moment. And the promos that they've been having between Edge and Seth, the absolute monster moment with Brock attacking refs and throwing officials and going after the general manager of SmackDown, like that stuff we haven't seen in a really long time. So I was like, ooh, okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah, right. So, that was cool. I was like, all right, there we go, But it's like I said, I think I've come to expect solid shows from AEW all the time. So I'm just kind of like, you know what I mean? Which is that's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being like, oh, they're too solid. Fuck them. Like I'm like, no. It's just they've been consistent, which is great. It's great.
You know, it's like when they do their weekly shows, as he was saying, they're not disappointing. I will admit it. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna have a disappointing match regardless every now and then, whether it be every show. But you're always gonna have that match after that's just gonna go up. You know, I mean, what's it? They have a pay-per-view coming up soon, which I believe is this weekend coming. This Sunday, I believe.
Full Gear, I believe it is.
Full Gear, yeah. You know, and that is, well, I'm just going to say that it's going to be incredible.
Sure.
You know, obviously, with Rampage, they only get an hour. So they've got to try and put as much as they can into that hour. So I think, like, theoretically speaking, they're going to be doing the best, saving the best till last, so to speak, as they say. You know, so they're going to have this build-up, you know, so we've got something going on with the Dark Order, you know, you've got, not really good with names at the moment, still learning, shall we say, but the TNT champion, you know,
Yeah.
and he came out, got on the mic, said his business, started calling him a fat piece of shit, blah, 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 whatever like that, you know. The build-up is fantastic, I can't lie, I love the build-ups. I think the build-ups will make it more intense, 100%.
Yeah.
And the storylines and, you know, the arguments, the breakups, you know, it makes the story. You know, AEW have that. They really have that on point. WWE, they did. And like you're saying, obviously we've seen a lot more, you know, a lot more storylines coming out, you know, like you said, between Edge and Seth, between Reigns and Lesnar. They need to keep doing that with more people. Oh, and obviously Bianca and, you know,
Becky.
so they need to carry on doing this, because if there's not a story, then it's pointless. No one's gonna be like, why? You know, if there's a story like, oh shit, this is really intense. That's what they need. AEW were up there at one point with their stories. At the WWE, slowly getting there again, hopefully. You know, so fingers crossed that you know, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing.
I mean, the interesting thing in AEW right now is the elite, or whatever they're calling themselves now, with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks are, you know, have been ruthlessly attacking Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, which I think we're going to be getting on Dynamite, I believe it is. I think we're going to be getting Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy, correct?
Yeah, because Adam Cole come out and started attacking Jungle Boy, and then the Young Bucks come out and threw him off the stage into the table.
Right.
Actually, I don't know if that match is official, but I would have thought it would be.
Right. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah,
but
I can look now, but I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I've really been more vested in WWE. I want to see what they're going to be able to do going forward. I really like the like I said, the women's matches have been great, and I'm hoping that Bianca Belair strips Becky of the title. You know, and maybe they carry that on to WrestleMania. Who knows? Who knows how far they're willing to take a storyline right now? But as long as they stay consistent, I think that they'll be fine.
Right.
So with that stuff out of the way, I guess what I'm curious to know and get your thoughts on, how much longer do you think that they're going to keep the belt on Roman? And if they keep it on him, you know, which obviously they are, who's going to be the one? Who's going to be the one to finally take it off him?
So, in my opinion, I think they're going to keep the belt on Roman until he's the longest holding championship. Longest holder of the championship. That's what I generally think. He's going to be the one who's going to hit the number one spot for holding it the longest.
Right.
You know, because I think Lesnar's currently number one, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was Brock. So So if I know WWE, what I think they might do, and this is my opinion, I think they might leave the belt on Roman until WrestleMania and have Brock beat him for it, or whoever. And then afterwards, Roman is going to demand another title shot. But his reason being is, oh, I was the longest reigning Universal Champion. I deserve another blah, 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 blah. And, it's predictable at this point, but it's WWE. So,
So I'm hoping, right, let's get one thing out of the way. I'm hoping, because I don't want to see this, I'm hoping that if it came to WrestleMania, obviously Roman versus someone, I don't want it to be a Hall of Famer. I really don't want that to happen. Because there's a lot of opportunities, but they've done it so many times now, it's just, why? Like Goldberg, for instance, is going to mark him off straight away, Edge, Edge. See, it'd be interesting to see Edge and Reigns. Then obviously Edge is on Raw. Raw? Yeah, Edge is on Raw. Raw? But Edge is on Raw. But who's to say that he could possibly win Money in the Bank?
yeah.
Or see, I like predicting stuff in the far future so that I can look back at videos and see if I was right. I like correcting myself sometimes. So obviously Seth is going to be going against Big E because he's won his opportunity, right? But what if he loses against Big E, wins the... Oh my god, bro. Tell me this. Let us know in the comments what you think as well, but this is what I want to happen, okay? So Seth has won his opportunity against Big E. Big E beats him. Seth then goes to Money in the Bank, possibly wins at Money in the Bank to cash in on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Could see it happening. Would it be good? Yeah, I reckon it would be decent, to be honest with you. No, or Edge going to Money in the Bank, winning Money in the Bank, either facing Reigns, because technically Reigns hasn't beat Edge, has he? He didn't pin. He pinned them on top of each other. But either way, seeing Reigns versus Edge in an actual 1v1, or seeing Edge versus Seth if he does beat Big E. So I reckon it could go either one of two ways. So that is what I would like to see. But then when it comes to Money in the Bank, I'd like to see somebody else actually take it who we did not expect to have it. Like when Otis won it. I was like, oh shit. He's there goofing about down the bottom, just catches it in his hand. He's like, yeah, I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I was so happy. I was like, oh shit, this is sick, And then obviously fucking Miz messed it up. Miz messed it up for him. I don't know why WWE do that. I was like, what's the point in letting them win Money in the Bank and then just let's have a fight for it? That's bullshit. Keep it on him. Let him do something with it. Let him come up with his own ideas. That's what WWE needs to do. WWE needs to be open to new ideas, whether it be the wrestler, coming up with their own storyline. Because obviously they've got writers, they've got things already planned. But it'd be nice for them to do their own thing and seeing what they can come up with. Because I guarantee it'll be 10 times better.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm racking my brain and trying to go over the current roster in my head of who could be the guy that's finally going to take the belt off Roman. I mean...
Well, then it could be the winner at a Royal Rumble.
I mean, it could be. Technically, as Brock said, he is a free agent. He wasn't drafted to either brand. So, and now they're running the whole, suspended indefinitely angle. So, how do they find a way to bring him back in? Are they, gonna bring him on SmackDown somehow? Because that would be the only way to keep the feud going. Would be to officially draft him to SmackDown, but the draft is over. You know, so how do they do that? Like, do they reinstate him, quote unquote, and then go, oh yeah, by the way, he's also on SmackDown? Like, you know what I could see him doing is Roman, bitches and complains to the SmackDown general manager, somehow gets on his nerves, pisses him off, and he goes, you know what? I've had enough of this. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm the general manager. Blah blah blah. In fact, you need to get ready because you have a match tonight. And Roman's like, oh yeah, against who? And he's like, you have a match tonight against Brock Lesnar. Something like, I could see them doing something like that. Like, like when let's take it back for as an example, when it was Edge and Vicky Guerrero, and to get revenge on Edge, Vicky reinstated the Undertaker after
Right.
suspending him for doing the Devil's Triangle, which I love that submission hold. That was probably one of my favorites. But anyway, that's something I could see happening. Like I said, Roman pissing off management, them reinstating Brock, and having them go at it that way. I think it's a crazy, like, weavy way to go about it, but it is what it is, I suppose.
Right. Oh, excuse me.
Podcast is running a little long for some of us.
No, I'm good. I mean, on it. So, but yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, 100% on that. And I just want that different. I don't know other words to put it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, there was speculation, speaking of The Undertaker, just to keep the conversation going, there was speculation that Undertaker might make an appearance at Crown Jewel because he was in Saudi Arabia ahead of Crown Jewel. Saudi.
Good.
Sardine. No, I won't make fun. Sorry, my bad. Saudi Arabia. But anyway, there was speculation that maybe the Undertaker might appear at Crown Jewel, due to him being in Saudi Arabia ahead of Crown Jewel. He was there for a fucking Pitbull concert of all things.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
But what really doesn't make sense is that he had his full ring gear. He wasn't just there. He was in full ring gear, and the thing is that we were like, okay, maybe if he doesn't appear at Crown Jewel, then maybe he's traveling with WWE and he would appear on SmackDown, which he hasn't. So it's like it's awful coincidental that he was there, and for them to do nothing with it, it's kind of just like, all right, you know what? Maybe he was just fucking there. Who knows? But I don't know. It just seems a little too perfect of a situation.
Well, when we were sitting on Discord with each other, a video did pop up. And he was standing there. He come out with his Undertaker entrance music in his full, everything, trench coat, a lot, right? And he stood there and he goes, "Let the good times roll," or something like that. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, so is he turning up or not? I don't get what that was about. So I don't know whether someone was trolling and it was an old video they decided just to put up, but it had so many views. So I think someone might have trolled, because I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know, but generally, Bro, to be honest with you, I mean, it went pointless in being Saudi Arabia. I'll take that back. You know, fair enough. People might have wanted him to turn up to his concert for a surprise, because I know that Saudi Arabia,
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia do like the Undertaker a lot. So
Oh, yeah.
maybe it was just a special appearance, you know. But then that pissed me off.
I mean, it's like I said before. You know, it wouldn't take much for the Undertaker to get a response. You know, all he has to do is just make an appearance, and everybody will lose their fucking mind. You know, I think at this point in his career, obviously, he's earned that. Even in retirement, he's earned that. You know, people absolutely love Mark Calloway. You know, so but yeah, it's like we said, it was a little too coincidental that could have, you know, it most definitely could have been a troll. We don't know. And like I told you before, with you know with the added thing of AEW trying to go directly at WWE, I told you before that this is what Vince has a habit of doing. Once he gets up against the ropes, he starts making phone calls and trying to pull in all these different stars to give them the edge, which, you know, like I said, if they did bring Taker back, which, as I said before, I am a huge Undertaker fan, always have been, always will be, but why would they bring him back? What would the purpose be? I just think it would be a little ridiculous at this point, but
Well,
you never know.
sorry, I've heard rumours, and I don't know if this is true. It probably is true, to be honest with you. That Undertaker actually has a lifetime contract with WWE.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt it at
So,
all.
and another thing as well, you know, like he hasn't been. I was about to say adopted then. He hasn't been entered into the Hall of Fame,
No, not
which is
well.
what I don't get that.
He's a surefire Hall of Famer inductee. He he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no question about it. Um, but you know, as I've also said before, Undertaker has made it known, if like I think I've already said this, but I'm gonna say it again. Undertaker has already said if the boss ever truly needed me, I would come back. You know, and it's like, you know, like I said, maybe we're looking too far into it. As you said, it could have been, you know, it could have been something from years ago that we may have missed or forgotten about. Um, but you never know. I mean, like I said, if there was any time for WWE to come up with the ultimate surprise or the ultimate, you know, like you wanted it, we're gonna give it to you moment, it's right now, you know, and
Right.
it's the moments leading up to WrestleMania. Um, you know, because let's be honest, even WrestleMania over the past what year and a half has been fucking terrible. It
Yeah.
it you know did not live up to expectations at all.
Yeah, like WrestleMania Backlash. Like, what the fuck's that shit about?
And you would think, like I said, with all the time that they had to really go, okay, you know what? Like, if we're still going to do WrestleMania, then we need to do it big. We need to do it right. We need to, you know, we need to show people why we're still the top company in the wrestling entertainment business.
Right.
And, you know,
You know, I think. Well, let's be real here. I think the biggest WrestleMania recent, shall we say, not of all time, recent, was probably when the Hardy Boys come back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I will remember that day for the rest of my life.
For sure.
I was sitting there, you know, New Day, New Day come out, and you know they're like one more, and they move it away, and all you hear is ding ding. Bro, I jumped out of my seat. I don't care. Like I will always be, as much as they piss me off, I will always be a WWE fan until the day I die. Period. 100%. I will, always will.
For sure.
You know? And just hearing that music and my childhood just flashing back at me, I was like, oh shit, fuck. You know? I felt like a kid again. I did. As soon as I heard that music, I felt like an actual kid again. Even hearing Eddie's music again made me feel like a kid.
Oh yeah.
I can't lie. You know?
For sure. Like, you know, one of the things I was really interested in too was them, you know, hinting at Jeff Hardy bringing back who?
Widow, was it?
Yeah, Willow the Wisp.
I said widow. I meant willow. I can't get my words right.
It's all good. Yeah, so him bringing back the Willow persona. I don't know about you, but I don't think Jeff Hardy's still on SmackDown. So, and with Finn Balor being on Raw now, I would have absolutely fucking loved to have seen Demon Finn versus Willow. I think that shit would have been amazing.
I'm nodding. I'm listening to you and nodding. Fucking hell. Sorry, guys.
Like, you know, usually podcasts are give and take. I say something, then you say something.
No, I was just because I thought I heard someone knock on my door, hence why I put my headphones in front. I was listening to you, and I turned around, you're like, yeah. But yeah, I can agree with you there. But I think at the moment they don't need to, because they're not doing nothing with him at the minute, and it would be so pointless just about, oh look, you know.
Well, no, I mean, they don't need to, but it would still be fucking cool. Like, I mean, WWE doesn't need to do a lot of things that they've done, but you know what? Like, just for the fact of the matter, like I said, that it would be fucking cool to see, I think it would be cool to see.
Right. Yeah, and then it would have been cool to see if we had Willow, Demon Finn, and the Fiend coming up, and give us Aleister Black as well. If they all done something, that would be a bit. Huh?
I don't know.
I think that's just my brain totally going off topic. It is definitely going off topic, so I apologize.
I think with like Halloween coming up, like I think it would be cool to have, you know, all the scary or creepy type, you know, personas and all having matches. I just think it would be something cool, and I think it would really relate a lot to, you know, the more hardcore fan, which. Actually, speaking about hardcore fans, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, but Roman Reigns made a very interesting comment about AEW. He said that he feels like AEW, the hardcore fans have, you know, hit the glass ceiling or whatever. Like, AEW is all about the hardcore matches, the, you know, back to the, you know, Attitude Era type stuff. That's what I want. That's what I'm sure you want. You know, that's what. Yeah, if you want to call us hardcore fans, then fine. You know, we miss that edge, that brutalness that we fell in love with.
It's because obviously nobody likes change. Let's be real. Okay. No, everybody hates change regardless of what it is. You know. So obviously, when I guess you was as well, you could.
Yeah.
What was that noise? Like a cough, like
Smoke.
As I was saying, no one likes change, so I'm guessing you as well. We was brought up watching the hardcore, the Attitude Era. We was brought up with that, and obviously coming from hardcore, I mean fucking hardcore, fucking hardcore to, Disney style, child friendly. What's going on here? I feel like I'm now watching a kids film, like. It ain't good, but then change is good, right? I'll admit that, and I think that's the reason why they went into the era they are now, is because they got so many complaints about the blood, about the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, they've got so many complaints. Obviously, when they have to put it live on TV, people were getting complaints from their TV licensing and the big streamers, their sponsors, like, we don't want this near our sponsors, So it's money is power, bro. Like people say, like, along the lines of, money ain't everything. Money couldn't buy you happiness. But I guarantee you, if you had 20 million in your bank account right now, that would not make you happy. So obviously WWE have gone to the point where, like, do you know what? We understand that. Let's make it child friendly. So we'll get more views, get more sponsors for it. So it isn't to the point where we're just gonna, drop it all out and etc. etc. So I understand why they did it, and if they couldn't go back to it, that's the thing. The WWE will always will be what WWE is now.
Well, I mean, I think they've gotten stuck there now, and I mean, recently just having superstars, throw around the B word. I've heard more people being called bitches on WWE than I have anywhere recently. Like, it's like, there goes that PG. Charlotte made a comment. She was like, "Oh, this is a PG show," and it's like, weren't you the same person who flipped off an entire crowd because they were booing you? Like, what do you mean? Like. WWE had them black out the entire screen because she flipped off the crowd. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are we that fucking Disney about the shit? Come on, but.
Yeah, I mean, there was a rumor as well Disney actually wanted to buy WWE.
Oh, I'm sure they did. And
I'm sorry, but. Like Woody Buzz,
Oh yeah, it's
$20 match.
It's gonna be fucking Roman versus Brock for the Mickey Mouse Championship.
Pay-per-view, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Right.
No, like, what's gonna happen next? Tarzan's gonna swing down and it chain over the head with a steel chair or something. I don't fucking know. Oh, sorry, a Lego block, should I say? Chuck a bit of Lego at it or something. No, no, definitely not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd watch it just for the fucking laugh, but no, we don't need that.
No. So, yeah, man, I just, I'm looking forward to what happens on SmackDown. I'm going to be watching Dynamite tomorrow, so hopefully we can get another episode out to you guys soon. We're going to catch up on AEW and start talking a little bit more about that. Like I said in the beginning, I don't care if I'm repeating myself. I'm going to do it. But it's like I said, I've just been more vested in WWE because I want to see what they're going to do. But I will be watching AEW Dynamite tomorrow. Hopefully Beans and I can get together and release another episode for you guys this week about AEW Dynamite, what happens on that show, and then we'll release another one for you about SmackDown. And we'll just keep this thing going, man. So if you guys are so gracious, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video from that guy over there.
And that guy over there.
Till next time, guys. See ya.